Well, hello. Welcome to Pepper's Echo. My name is Andre, and how you doing? Yeah, it's Sunday night or Sunday afternoon again, and welcome to Cameron, Buzzy, Lynn, Hendo, and everybody else out there. How are you keeping? Good to be back with you again. Yeah, it has been a week of wonders and work again, etc., etc. And good to be seeing you guys back and in the driving seats. But wow, Arbot, our favorite chef, how's it going? Still need to have a cooking program with you on one of these days. DVD, dude, how's it going? I haven't seen you all weekend. Been dodging me, huh? Yeah. Magamula is a bit late. Magamula. My goodness. Is I a bit late? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah, so yes, the week has been what should I say? Peeling veggies at the moment. Shame, poor veggies. You're always cooking all about good stuff, man. Good stuff, good stuff. Good man, good man. Always making food. But yeah, so as I would usually start off with, don't forget to catch your good local news and view stations. Chris Wyatt is busy touring the good old sunny skies of South Africa at this current time and moment. And you can catch him on many clips. He was on Rebellious Ruth the other day as well. So, yeah, don't forget to catch him on Chris Wyatt Africa in Daba, Africa. And then, as I mentioned, we have Rebellious Ruthie. She had a really, really good interview with him as well. So if you missed it, go back and catch it. Really, really cool. And then our favorite counselor from South Africa, Your Worship, His Honor, the Royal Ronaldo Gous. Yeah, tune into Ronaldo Gous's channel for a good bit of chatting and entertainment as well. He's got some good political views and things there too. I haven't been watching Roman Kabanak and the Morning Shot of late. I've had a bit of a laid back week. Chris Wyatt is at Uppington Airport today. Now, if I know South Africa and I know Uppington can get bloody hot. But as hot as what Uppington can get, exactly that amount of that's how cold it can get as well. I remember we used to do the Gemsbok rally. Should I say it like Chris would say? Gemsbok rally. Yeah, we used to do this Gemsbok motorcycle rally in Uppington, and it used to be like the end of June, and it was absolutely freezing out there. It was on, I think it was the Eiland, or Canon Eiland, I think, something like that, and was next to the river. And oh man, I remember Ina coming up to me. We were at the rally the evening. She says, please, can I have some money? And I thought, oh, well, sure. She probably wants to go and buy a sausage roll or something to eat, something to that effect. And next thing she came back and she had a beanie up to here and a scarf up to there. And she'd gone and bought a beanie, and all you could see were her eyes. It was so freezing cold out there that day. But yeah. Well, yeah, what can I say? Uppington, hell of a hot place, but wow, can it get cold as well? Yeah, South Africa still missing it. I went through the whole wonderful stages of it last week. So yeah, what can I say? Where do you go from there? From such a sunny sky high, even if it was winter, really enjoyed it to know. And yeah, I actually came back with flu, so we all had flu this week. I was actually off work on uh, Thursday with flu and everything, and now Ina's got flu, and I'm coming out of the flu. At least I can smoke again for about a whole day or so. I couldn't smoke even. Now that was terrible because when you're not grumpy and you're not smoking, there's a problem. Good old SA when you could go rallying. Yes, yes, yes. I loved those motorbike rallies. I'm telling you. Uh, we toured all over the place. We were up in where was it? Uppington. We were up in Harry Smith. That's your world, Buzzy. Harry Smith. We were in Mossel Bay. We were in what's that place? Hartbeespoort Dam. We were in the Cape, up the south coast, up the west coast. We were in Claremont and Walvis Bay. Yeah, lucky days, lucky days. It's difficult to skin ginger over the kids crying over the beloved cat. Oh no. But yeah. So yeah, I've got to put that one over there. I hope Ginger isn't the cat, Orbot. But yes, so we've all been snotting away this week and that as well. But had a super evening on Friday evening. A friend of ours from school had his sort of like what do you call it when you've been together for a long time? Flipping hell. Anyway, him and his girlfriend had been together for like 8 years now. So anniversary, there we go, we call it that. So we all went off to the Black Pearl. Me hearties. Yeah. And we had a damn good evening at the Black Pearl, and I was like full of meds, and I felt really good. So it had really good. There we go. Thanks, Hendo. Anniversary. I don't know why my head is so. It's actually open now, so I don't know why it's right. It's probably too open now at the moment. Yeah. So we had a bit of an anniversary at the Black Pearl. Rawr. But what a good evening it was, getting everyone together, friends and that together. Yeah. And this week's been hectic at school. All the little tykes are back at school again today, this week. And yeah, what shall I say? You know, one of the things I said in the comments, I said, we'll talk about what made you smile. So I don't know, what made you smile this week? Did anything make you smile this week? And don't tell me you had nothing to smile about this week, because there's many things. Hello, Alison. It is lovely to see you. I hope you are feeling much, much better. And it is great to see you again. Lovely. Well done. Hello. And yeah, next time we are down in PE, we are going to make much better arrangements. I'm hoping to get back there sooner than later, but yeah, that is another adventure on its own as we go towards just at least settling in back at work and seeing where we want to stay. And what is that? Are you a VIP at the joint, the Blackpool Pirate? Endo, how do you know me? I'm an innocent, good old chap. I am not a barfly. I am not a barfly. VIP, please. If I was a VIP at the Black Pearl, I think I would have my skin. But anyway. Yeah. So yeah, what made you smile this week? I mean, I've had my pups make me smile every single day because they do the stupidest of things and they do the funniest of things. And when I wake up in the morning and I see them, the towels sort of hang over their little cage, and then you just see these two little raisin eyes staring out, thinking like, you know what, are you going to release me? Please release me. Or what is going to happen in the process? So, yeah. Something else, what made you smile? I'm sure you've heard somewhere along the line, as I have heard somewhere along the line. Unfortunately, I cannot even talk news and views, events, etc., because I have been nowhere near the news. Look at me. I am happy. I have not heard, listened, or seen anything newsworthy or noteworthy at all this week. So I'm a happy man this week. But yeah, I'm sure what made you smile would have been the fact that the fuel price apparently in South Africa is looking at coming down, and some other high intellectual economist or something said that the food prices would now be at least stabilizing, not going down, but at least not shooting up at the rate that it's going up at the moment. So hopefully that will work out. I have to show you something. My wife's going to shoot me, but give me a second. See, I should actually be sitting this far away from them, not so close to the screen. But when I find my niche, then I will be there. I've got to show you something. First of all, this is a Lucky Strike packet of cigarettes. See? Now, don't you think this is cute? This is the carton. Here's the box. This is the carton. And inside the carton, there we go. Inside the carton are your little boxes of cigarettes. But it's like I know small things amuse small minds, but it's, yeah, there we go. It's like a little, not a little, it's like a big cigarette packet. Here's a little baby, big boy. Okay, yes, and smoking harms you and others around you. There's nobody around me at the moment. But yeah, if only the carton had some massive cigarettes, I think I'd be flying to Cape Town myself without having to worry about that then. What's Buzzy say? Chris has landed safely at Oliver Tambo Airport. Is he back from Uppington? Yeah, because the last I heard he was also in Uppington. Let me just go back. What's Hendo say? Down for Christmas, down for now, then different. But yeah, Christmas they usually go up to keep the people off the roads, huh? Yeah, Christmas at home. Petrol is going down just to go up again, so it's an average news. Yeah, well, something to smile about. It's a waiting game, says Buzzy. Yeah, I know. And that's how enough feels when I start showing you my cartons. Because I came back, 2 cartons of Stuyvesant, a carton of Camel Filter, and a carton of, and my little box, big box of Lucky Strikes. You know what? Take me into a smoker's store. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'll have one of those. I'll have one of those. I'll have one of those. And I'll have one of those. And what's that? Ooh, extra tar. Yeah, let's try that one as well. But yeah. Arbot, yeah. I've seen it before. Awesome. I just, yeah, it was really, really cute. And Moosh the smoker for the VIP section at the Black Pearl. I knew it. What's he? Yes, I had a 4-hour live stream with Colonel Wynand du Toit last night. Yeah, I see it was the Colonels. I haven't actually watched them, so I will actually I'm sort of trying to catch up. I caught up Ruthie's interview with him. I'm sort of like trying to just pick at a few things. Buzzy, thanks. I did get the link that you sent, so I'll check that out. And I think Hendo, you look send on everything as well. I get your stuff on this site on all the groups that I'm in. I don't know. I ended up on Ronaldo's group. I don't know if I actually joined or if I was actually just thrown on there or something like that. But yeah, I ended up there. But yeah, don't forget to check. There we go. Check out Ronaldo as well. Very, very good man, that. And I'm really hoping that we can sometime get him back onto the show as well. It'll be really, really nice. As you can see, I'm absolutely waffling my arse loose tonight because I haven't prepped anything. I don't know. Am I supposed to prep to talk to you bunch? No, I'm kidding. Of course I'm supposed to, but I didn't prep anything, and I'm sorry. But yeah, so yeah, looking down, I'm holding thumbs for certain things. We just see there, they didn't let him speak a lot. Madai Afrikaans, Engels accent was thicker than peanut butter and syrup. What's he say? Yes, I did a blasted across social media platforms. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, whenever I see this little button come up onto my phone, it's like Hendo's Blue Tiger or something to that effect. And yeah, Hendo, it's the Blue Tiger. I don't know what he's smoking across the sea there, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see likes or anything like that, guys. I have StreamYard. So in StreamYard, I can see my chat on that side. from YouTube and Facebook, and I can't see likes or anything. So yeah, I haven't done the banner thing for a long time. Let's see if I can actually still remember. Please like and subscribe, dudes. Come on. And if you got anything special to say it with love. Pepazeko. Who was the guy who asked me the other day? Dropped a. Actually, I didn't respond. I do apologize. He did drop a comment and say, when I was in Bangkok, did I go to the ping pong bar? Dude, you want me to get ping ponged out of my marriage here? Something like that. No. We were only in Bangkok for 5 hours, and we actually spent it sitting at the airport. I mean, where else would you like to spend time than rather just boring yourself to pieces on the airport? There's McDonald's. That was our last supper before we came to South Africa. We went to sit down at McDonald's before we flew back because there's no McDonald's here. Still in the holiday mode? Yeah, I'm still sort of in the holiday mode. As I say, I haven't done too much. What I have been doing, and the book's not here, otherwise I'd show it to you, is I haven't been on the computer as much this week because before I left, I decided to buy myself a book. And I'm not an avid reader, but now and again, I'll pick up a book and then I'll actually read, believe it or not. And Bangkok walk. That's it, Bangkok at the Bangkok walk. Eating out of a wok. What is this? Okay, yeah, no. But no, I pick up a book and I read it, and it's really got to catch me. And, you know, sometimes I really just find something that's enjoyable. And flying down to SA, you know what, although when I flew, yeah, as I said, it was like, wow, there's movies on this plane. And I watched 5 movies all the way. And then, yeah, movies. And like sort of got to Hong Kong and my eyes are like, barbed wire had been dragged over them. I was like, movies. But this time, I didn't watch any movies. Well, as I said, most of the way there, I slept because I hadn't. Thanks, Cameron. And I'm going, Cameron, jy vreet baie. I'm actually on a diet still, Henda. Ja, ek's op 'n ligte dieet. As die ligte aangaan, die eet ek, dan eet ek, ja. But so yeah, on the way back, I thought, you know what, let's find a book. But sometimes, you know what, we are so busy trying to self-help ourselves. We are so busy trying to motivate ourselves. We are so busy trying to figure out what is wrong with us. We are so busy trying to right the wrongs and things to that effect. And we are wanting to figure out how to make things work and how to be more confident and how to make friends and how to pick up chicks and how to have a smart word. Yeah. And I mean, I actually saw a book today. I was in a bookshop, and I'll get to it. And it says, How to Fart at Work was the name of the book. I should have actually taken a photo so I could show you. But it was How to Fart at Work. And just below it was How to Poop at Work. And I thought, the world is really in need of content. I mean, you think my show is in need of content. When those books are coming out into the bookstores, then really, yeah. Movie junkie. I have watched a movie. I'll tell you now what I've been watching. No, I haven't watched all the movies. I have not watched. They had a lot of movies on the plane, and a lot of them I had not watched. So yeah, it wasn't because I'd been watching movies. Because yeah, I had been watching quite a bit of movies. It's a Diets DVD cam. What's it? How to Fart at Work. The One Cheek Sneak. It's in the say it was a cockbook, yeah. Crappy books. Yeah, it's like the old chap who was in church. And he leant over to his wife. He says, Hetty. He says, I just let the real soft, slimy sneaker go. She turns back. She says, George? He says, yeah. She says, turn up your hearing aid. So, yeah. But yeah, thanks, Buzzy. Seeing you, just having you guys around is great. But Cameron, what's it? Too many dirty meals. You can't say a thing and then you guys just run with it. This is the whole thing. So I'm not getting to tell you. Cameron, 49.7 kgs. You nearly got me cursing. Me, that was brilliant, Cameron. Excellent. I hope it's not from stress and it's from healthy exercise and running around the house, doing housely chores, gardening, and keeping yourself warm in the cold. But yeah, so I decided on the way back, I'm going to buy this book. And I can't think of what I really, really want to say. Because you know what? I want to read a book. And when I actually get to reading a book, then I can actually read, especially if it actually gets me. But they mustn't start Stephen Kinging me. You know what? 10 pages later of describing somebody's left arse cheek or something like that is just not my cup of tea. And then like, oh, and here's the jump fright. You know what? I was so bored from listening to the description, reading the description, that I forgot to actually get a fright at the page. But yeah, Dean Koontz, Stephen King, there's a couple of heavy writers that I just can't get through. But I pick up, I think, find something. And I remember quite a while ago, when I say quite a while ago, I'm talking about a couple of years ago, I picked up a book called Elephant Song by Wilbur Smith. And old, pardon Panya, and I suppose you're going to run with it, but old Willie's a good writer. It's not bad. And I remember enjoying it. And I remember them advertising this one, and I picked it up, and it was called Those in Peril. And I enjoy the fact that he actually takes a little bit of research about the history and the actual surroundings and the events and that of what he's, although it's fiction, he actually sort of puts reality within it. So I pick up Those in Peril, and I start reading it along the plane. And wow, did I enjoy that book. From that, I actually arrived back for last week every evening, instead of turning on this computer to actually watch YouTube and do some gaming and video tutorials and I have climbed into bed, put on my second set of eyes, and read. And I eventually finished it yesterday, and it was really, really a good book. So if you want to pick up something that's pretty interesting, nice, it's got a good story on it. Yeah, maybe a little bit over the top at the end, you know what, plausible, but probably not reality. But it ends well as well, so that was nice. Wilbur Smith, Those in Peril. And today I was like, now what do I do? So this morning we had two friends that said, well, come eat at Plantation with us. Plantation's just like a little, in the middle of this like scruffy little street. You go through this walkway, and there's this beautiful oasis of a little restaurant with koi pond and everything and the whole toot. So we went to eat there. And afterwards, the missus dragged me off. We went down to Monument Books, and there I started searching for books. Now, I know what I've been reading, and I don't want to change. As I've told you before, I'm not somebody who changes too easily. So I start searching in a bookstore in the middle of Cambodia. I'm trying to find this, I'm trying to find that. And yeah, but you know, I'm worried that I'm not going to read if I don't find something good. Woe and behold, in the bottom left-hand corner, 2 of Willie's books. So I've now this morning picked up, The Tiger's Prey, which I started 6 pages this afternoon before I actually put my head down and decided to try and sleep, because I don't know, I haven't had too much sleep this weekend yet either. But yeah, Cameron? Too many dirty details. Sorry, we were on something else there. Best medicine, passive weight loss. But that's good. That's good. As long as you're feeling good. Cameron, that explains freeting out of... You guys are still on the food in Bangkok. We walked off that subject a long time ago, Bruce. I see we can't afford to fret. You can fret, Pop, eh? But anyway, yeah. So yes, I picked up the Tigers Prey. So hopefully it's as good as Those in Peril. I really enjoyed Those in Peril. Um, Good book. So I don't know. I find that reading in the evening is a little bit more just calming the mind than having all this technology flying around me and plugging in the iPad or the tablet and putting the earphone in and trying to watch something while I'm going to sleep, etc., etc. But yeah, what I decided when I bought the book is, we're always full of these self-help books, and what, help my trap and ach sis toch, fooi toch, kom reg, and all those type of wonderful things. Yeah, yeah, and we always get stuck on food. I know I'm going to start a cooking program one of these days. Although Pastor Carl's first church in a box is Cooking with a King. So we'll chat about that sometime, but we must get him on. But yeah, can't go wrong with Wilbur Smith. Yeah, no, apparently so. Yeah, Buzz, you said you had the whole set over there. So yeah, I got food, movies, TV series, games, or something we'll always get stuck on. Indeed. Games I'm also stuck on. But I was just thinking, we go through this self-help, and I've got how to turn your mind on, how to switch your brain on, living the let go life, how to say no and not feel guilty, and this way and that way. And I've got, oh man, that book I was talking about, Carlson, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Great books, nothing wrong with them, good books, etc., etc. However, sometimes it's just damn good to chill back, forget about helping yourself, forget about motivating yourself, forget about getting your mind switched on and turning your brain this way or that way, and just reading a story for entertainment. Just entertain yourself. You know what? Have you ever tried just to stop trying to help yourself for once and just entertain yourself? It really, really, it does you the world of good. I think we are so caught up with trying to fix us that we've forgotten to idle a bit at times. And before you can rev your engine, you got to idle some. And for a change, I was just idling with a good storybook. What fell? I don't know. But yeah, let's see where we go there. Food, movies, TV series. Yeah, I'll talk about movies now. See through Ino's plan. Reading is a cheaper hobby than gaming. DVD, I cannot get Terror to start. If anyone can actually get Terror to work on Steam, please tell me. Oh, I'm actually... Ina, if you're listening, order sweet and sour chicken from Chinatown Chicken, please. I'm actually going to make sweet and sour pork and egg fried rice in my wok. Yes, all the traveling and smearing out the ANC, especially special garden boy Becky Telly. Yeah, you know what? It is... Arbot's a walk. He's a walking maniac, yeah. What's it? Have you readjusted to the heat? Sweet aircon is all I can say is what adjust mean. That's probably why I'm sick, is freezing aircon heat. I'm not so sick now. I was down and out, but yeah. You've had another snowfall. My brother said last night that your oaks are busy freezing sticking. But yeah, as I was going back, we're so busy trying to fix ourselves and fix the world and motivate and find out what's wrong and all of these wonderful. And I'm not saying any of it is wrong. It's really good. I mean, Live the Let Go Life by Daniel Prince, or David Prince, Joseph Prince, sorry, is really, really good. And I enjoy switching on your mind, or switching on your brain, I think it's called. It's really, really good. But sometimes you just want to stop using your brain a bit. Sometimes you just got to relax this. I was actually looking up something on the internet the other day, and we were talking about, or they were talking about, and I was thinking about it, thinking, what do you do for anxiety? Because I'm like, Fuck, pulls, get me pulls. I need something. I'm back at work. Everyone's back at work. The pawpaws flying into the fan like it's nobody's business again, and we're throwing cartwheels and keying left, right, and center. The horses bolted, and what else you want to call it. And I'm like looking up, and then I looked, and this one thing came up very, very nicely, and it said, meditate. Just sit down, clear your mind, relax, and empty yourself. And you know what? It actually felt pretty good. Wait until everybody goes away and you're all by yourself somewhere, quietly in a corner, and you just chill. You know what? You can even chuck a little ninja out there if it needs to breathe out the back. But sometimes you just need to entertain yourself a bit. Stop trying to fix. I think sometimes the stress and pressure of trying to find what's wrong weighs us down more than what the actual pressure is. As I said, take your glass and put it down. Whether it's half full or half empty, I don't give a damn. Put it down so it doesn't weigh so much in the end. But yeah, yes, the Weather Hooligan channel, etc., posting snowbirds in SA. Yeah, my bud says he's in Kimberley, and he says it is biting cold there. And I'm like, miss that cold, bro. I enjoyed taking a drag of a cigarette and not knowing whether it was my breath or the smoke that was coming out of my mouth. So yeah, I'll have to hang in there until next winter and see. Hopefully, I don't know. We're looking at going somewhere else next June, July. So we'll see how things go ahead as we're going. And yeah, I'm waiting for some news this week as well. So holding that up there as well. Gaming wise, as I said, I've been reading. I've been intellectually entertaining myself by reading. Wilbur Smith, Those in Peril, I can recommend it. Other books that I have enjoyed, but I keep on lending out my book before I finish it. Linda LaPlante, Entwined was really, really good. And John Saul was heavy. It was probably an anxious read for me. It was, Hellstorm, I think it was. Wouldn't read them again. I'm not very, very fond of horrors and I'm probably not the best comedy person, even when it comes to movies. So don't try and make me read a book and go, was it funny? And it's like, no, I tried to get through the damn thing. But movie-wise, well, I actually watched the first episode of season 1, episode 1 of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. I don't know if any of you have watched that, because I've been watching it being advertised and everything. And so this weekend, I thought, well, let's check it out. It was okay. And I mean, she's like, first of all, I like, you know what, how's Bruce Banner Hulk with his little glasses on his nose there type of, Hulk is like, Hulk, smash, rah! Not like, well, the intellectual view of this book over here is, you know, since when did Hulk become an intellectual? You know, he's an animal. He's a, rah! Yeah. Anyway, so, and then, I don't want to tell you the story, but anyway, so his cousin now becomes She-Hulk. And yeah, it says, who's your friend? Who's your friend? Spandex is your friend. And I wonder, like, she becomes She-Hulk. You know what? And there's very disappointing parts here. First of all, Hulk becomes Hulk and his whole shirt rips off. She-Hulk maintains her shirt. Nothing else, but she has a beautiful, like, little push-up bra that becomes She-Hulk, and then when she becomes normal again, that little bra shrinks straight back in there and keeps its push. How the hell does that happen when you become a She-Hulk and chest pulls out and you go from like a 22 to a 36 double D and then back again? No, that doesn't work for me. I'm sure they're like buttons and things zipping all over the place. It should be tits in your face. No, I'm sorry. But yeah, so it's very, very feminine She-Hulk that it becomes. But yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes on. So yeah, DVD, haven't checked it yet. Cameron, yes, I've watched the first one. I thought She-Hulk would get massive muscles too, but she looks like a chick. Yeah. What's it? With hot pants and a button-up shirt. Yeah. High heels too. Yeah. So yeah, I also, you think that, and it's like these little green arms, the little, she grew taller, basically. She went green and grew taller. So yeah, like a green Beyonce type of thing or whatever. But yeah, etc. It was okay. I'd say watch it. It's entertainment. It was nice. Chuckle. As I said, I'm not one for comedy, so I can't really give you a little bit of comedy. And these days, they're trying to make idiots out of everybody. Sorry. But I mean, I don't know who. I haven't gone through. I've got halfway through the new Thor: Love and Thunder, and I am yet to be impressed by Thor: Love and Thunder because they make an absolute goofy out of Thor. I mean, Thor's this like Greek, powerful, godlike dude type of thing, I mean, the only time that there was a little bit of comedy in Thor type of thing was when he'd make a mistake out of ignorance as a sort of a Norse god type of thing. But now they make him look like an ass. I mean, yeah. What do we got there? Cameron, Hankaki Thrower Bodybuilding. They've got more muscles than what. That's it. Yeah, Cameron, yeah, skinny Fiona from Shrek. Hendo, rated out of 10, says Hendo. I rate She-Hulk 3 out of 10. Hendo 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'm around about there. I'd give it about a 6 out of 10. I know, I thought Batgirl was bad. No, I think Batgirl's worse. I think Batgirl was an absolute atrocity, not atrocity. It was an atrocity, really. She has nice eyes in Hulk form. Yeah, no, but yeah, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. So it's watchable, but I wouldn't fall over myself for it. But as I was saying, I just I don't know where they started suddenly having to make comedy out of our beloved serious action heroes. I've not watched Batgirl yet, says Cameron. You've not missed anything either. I've only watched a few and just it was absolutely trash. But yeah, as I was saying, Thor: Love and Thunder. Really, you know what? When you've got to start making Thor look like a goof, I mean, what's wrong with you? What is absolutely wrong with our heroes these days? Who are our heroes these days? You know what? Do we have heroes these days? Are rock stars heroes? You know what? Do we have rock stars as heroes? Are politicians our heroes these days? I mean, take a look at what we're looking at. You know what? We have villains. We have ANC villains. We have the number one garden boy who heads up the garden squad to clean up the cities in South Africa. The Biheki, Shelley himself. Heroes are becoming too woke. I don't know. They're just making them. Buzzy says, I have no heroes. Everybody's got a hero. Everybody's got a hero. Must have. What's Buzzy saying? Buzzy is my hero. There we go, Cameron. Thank you. It's you. You're a hero, Cameron. You're a hero. Avoid Batgirl and the Tunny and the Equalizer like the plague. Okay. Thanks, Ender. But yeah, who are heroes these days? I mean, these days, I remember the days, heroes all long gone and frack out. Bud Spencer. Remember Bud Spencer was a hero and You know what? Batman in a saggy suit without having to even have these like hard suits and that on. He was a hero. Superman, uh, your best westerns. I was looking up a thing the weekend, and I looked at the start of it. Remember the $6 million man in South Africa, more commonly known as Die Man van Staal? Heroes. Where do we go? I saw Tom Morello, Rage Against the Machine, wearing a I Love CRT t-shirt, so I don't like him anymore. Bud Spencer and Terence Hill, yeah. Yeah, talk about Rage Against the Machine and those guys. It was the Chili Peppers, and what was the other one? I don't know, some other nuts band. I watched a documentary, Woodstock 99, Trainwrecked. Talk about heroes. These people went, and I think they spent $100 a ticket or something like that. And Buzzy, you are ours. You are ours. And we know because you sit there watching at night and you look after us as well. Rage Against the Machine, Gone to Work. I don't even know these guys so well, you know. If it wasn't Ozzy. But yeah, Woodstock 99 Trainwreck, they paid like $100 a ticket. And the same guy who did Woodstock 69 did Woodstock 99. And they took this Air Force base and they rented it out to have like another Woodstock. But they had all these hectic bands coming on in the end, and the crowd, they didn't clean up properly, and the vendors were charging exuberant prices. I think they were charging between $4 and $6 a bottle of water and things to that effect, and the toilets were overflowing by the Saturday and just looked like an absolute, literally a shit show. And it made me take a look, and I thought, you know what, people became animals. I mean, those of you who've seen it have, they just, and the more, but the organizers also stupid. They handed out on the Sunday night lit candles to everyone, which ended up burning down the place. And I think Red Hot Chili Peppers ran out there and started singing Fire or something like that. And that other dumbass Flea or something like that, Bug or Flea, or I don't know what, Mozzie or whatever his name was, he played Buck Naked. And these are the heroes of the new people. Red Hot Chili Peppers. They looked really, really trashy to me. And was it Slipknot or something like that? I don't know who also played. Yeah, they absolutely trashed the place. They trashed it. This is so sweet. I love that. My mom is my hero. She sacrificed a lot for me to go to university. She knows my worst parts and still loves me. She is ill but strong-minded. I admire her strength. I wish for a little of her strength. Goosebumps and fist bumps, but goosebumps to you. Definitely. That is so beautifully said. I think we overlook the heroes in our lives for the plastic heroes these days. Limp Bizkit got them to. Oh, is it Limp Bizkit that got them to start the fire? There we go. There we go. It was some Limp. Was it Flea from Limp Bizkit that played? Slipknot wasn't around back then. Yeah, Korn also played, but he also went ape. But yeah, I just want to get back to Alison's part. I think that was beautiful. I think we so often overlook the real heroes in our lives. And you're looking at mum and you're looking at dad and you're looking past them, and it's like, you're not cool enough. You weren't good enough. But if I take a look at, yeah, the Offspring, I actually like the Offspring, but yeah, my little mad side. But okay, yeah, so Flea is from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Thank you. He's playing Buck Naked on stage. Yeah, that wasn't a guitar strap hanging loose, but anyway, let's carry on. Moving on swiftly. Your heroes. Yeah, your heroes are sometimes a lot closer, but sometimes it's just they're not cool enough. Sometimes it's not what's cool. And so what's a hero these days? Are politicians heroes? My goodness me. I saw a picture. A friend of mine, old Dave Mackay, he's a councillor like Ronaldo, but he's in Bloemfontein. And he had pictures of, no, just blown right out my ass. Who's the main man, Max shot behind the DA? He was in court throwing something, and he came out of court, and I was wondering, like, I wonder if how many people's hero are you? But he looked like he's having a good life up there as well. Either that or he's stress eating, one of the two, because he's put on a good couple of kilos since he took over that job. Cameron was later play a lot of Offspring songs. They were still good, though. They were still good. There was good stuff there. I enjoyed them. I suppose 90s I also enjoyed. Henda, what's it? Below large crowds, always an element of danger. Shit hits the fan. Yeah, mass hysteria. Politicians are not heroes at all. They are the scum of the earth. Yet we are left to their mercy. The center-right thinks Trump is a hero. Hinda, I don't know, but I think Trump's an arse, but I wouldn't mind him as a president. Really, I would. I think he'd do a lot for South Africa compared to what those bananas. I don't know. I've got to be very, very careful. I was blocked on News 24 the other day for uttering marsupial names the other day. So I don't want to go down that road. But yeah, heroes. You know what? We focus on so much. We're focusing on the politicians. We're focusing on the rock stars. And yeah, you know what? I think Alison just hit the nail on the head beautifully. Sometimes we've got to actually look at those people, not what they gave us, but what they gave up for us. There's a difference between what was given to you and what was given up for you. A lot of people can give you things, but very few people will give up things for you. I think there's the difference between having a real hero in life. You can get a lot. People will give a lot. I can have a lot of money. Note the can, because all I need is a hug and $1 million, but otherwise I'll be fine. But yeah, so people will give a lot, but people won't give up a lot for you. Big difference between giving and giving up. And I think you hit the nail on the head. Yeah, ANC gave up nothing. Yeah, they took a lot. What's it? Was the monkey pox on the News 24 again? No, I've given up my sanity to be normal. There we go. It's what you give up. Arbot's his own hero. He's given up a lot for himself. But yeah, I think that's. I just like what you've brought up there, Alison. Is the fact that there's people. I mean, I take a look. Even when we were down in SA, my mom has nothing more. I mean, her whole income goes to her to frail care, because that's how much it costs. It went from an old age home, when she went to frail care, it just doubled, boom, and it just eats up everything. They actually sort of had to bring it down a bit, so she's got a little bit left to be able to buy toiletries and things like that in the month. Yeah, and thank you very much, Lord, that she can, you know what, that she does have a medical, and B, that she is able to. So many people do not have that blessing, that opportunity. And trust me, she reminds us how blessed she is every day, every time we speak to her. Reminds me, I've got to actually phone Mom this evening, and I'm still goosebumps, Alison, from your little statement there. But yeah, and you know what, even with there, and she's got nothing, it's like, let me give you something. I want to give you, go and buy something from me. And I'm like, you know what, just being around's cool, you know. Something that was brought up last week, which I actually looked through the chat just after I finished, and we're talking about people now who are your heroes, who are heroes of this day, who are seen as heroes of this day, and who are the actual heroes. And yeah, I think we've hit it on the head there. It's not people that give to us. It's people that give up for us. what they give up, not what they give. It's what they give up for us. Not that you got to go and give up everything you can now for people. It's just that, yeah, it's what people are willing to sacrifice. I think a lot of people will stand at your side fighting, but when it comes to giving up something, it's like, you're on your own, buddy. But last week it was like, if only I could give them this, if I can give my parents that, if I can give my mom this, if I could give my dad that, if I could give this person this. You don't have to give them a house. You don't have to give them a car. You know what? You don't have to give them $1 million. We overlook what we can do because of what we want to do. I'd love to pay all the bills. I'd love to tell you that there's nothing you need to worry about, Mum. You're cool. Everything's taken care of. You don't have to share a room anymore, because guess what? I can afford to pay for a single suite room for you. I don't pay for a room. She comes out of her pension, but you know what? But yeah, we'll pay for you, because now you can have your own room. She can't afford it. She's got to share a room. But I'd love to do all of that, and I'd love to pay, and I'd love to be able to give you that and give you this and do this. But we overlook what we can do. You know what? Many times the people that give up so much for us and the people that do so much for us, guys, strangely, their need and their want is far, far smaller than what we anticipate or expect or see or perceive it to be. Sometimes it's make a cup of tea, sit down. Yeah, I made you a cup of tea. I think that in its own means a hang of a lot to them. So much more. It feels like you've given them $1 million. $1 million would be cold compared to saying, I made this tea with love for you. I think sometimes means more than $1 million to them. Can I pick that up for you? Would you like me? The small thing that my mom has for the last 2 weeks not stopped thanking us every time we phoned. We phoned when we got back. We phoned last week, so it's only 2 weeks. But not stopped thanking us for. Not the TV box that we bought her and sorted out her TV. Not all the meals that we've bought her, or clothes or anything like that. You know what's stuck in her mind? Ina helped her pack her cupboard right. She helped my mom pack her cupboard right. Poof! That meant more to her than anything else, because that was done by heart and not by material. What's Buzzy? I'm crying. Have given up on everything. No. Cameron says, by now I think we all have. No. We have not given up on each other. My mom used to make her own clothes to provide for my brother and I. Yes. And you know that the next thing is, let's take the next step into this just while we're actually on it, because I know what happens next is older family members tend to be the real heroes we aspire to be, being positive influence in our lives. But let me just get us off the next thing. Sometimes, okay, Carl, I haven't phoned you. I'm sorry, buddy. I have not phoned you. But I'm going to do church in a box on Pepper's Echo one of these days, because I really like cooking with the King. Just by the way, okay. No, I'm kidding. Yes, sometimes it's a phone call to somebody. You know what? And there I must say, Buzzy, you know what? I have a good amount of family and friends in South Africa. I have one friend that phones me regularly. And then out of nowhere, who has never met me, knows me from a bar of soap, I get regular calls from another unsung hero, Buzzy. Thanks, Lynn. Sometimes it's that. But guys, I want to go to the next step now. People have given up for you. It's not what they've given you. Your hero is what's given up for you. And I'm not saying you've got to give up to be a hero. But what I'm saying is, like Alison said, no. I just want to put that up again because that's really beautiful. My mom used to make her own clothes to provide for my brother and I. But the next thing is food for the devil. Feel guilty. Beat yourself up. Guilty. They suffered for you. Yeah, sorry. How's it, Coral? Cameron's giving me good. They suffered for you. Feel guilty. Beat yourself up. Flog yourself. I don't know if you're Christian or not, but anyway, Jesus suffered for you. I don't know how guilty you feel about that. But yeah, if your parents suffered for you, they did it out of love, and you would do the same for them, and you would do the same for your children, and you would do what you could do, and they did what they could. The time now isn't to feel guilty. That is the devil's food. He feeds on the feeling of guilt, insecurity, worthlessness, helplessness, feeling so bad. What you need to do now is feel grateful. Grateful that it did happen for you. Grateful that they saw enough good in you to be able to do that for you. Grateful that you can do what you can do now. You might not be able to give that house. You might not be able to give that car. But you know what you can do? You can give that cup of tea. You can tidy that cupboard. Alison, you got some wise words tonight, Alison. You're smacking us out of the park tonight, eh? Andre, hero number 2. My grade 5 teacher who inspired me to become a teacher. I'm friends with her on Facebook. She used to read to us at the end of the day. I read to my class at the end of the day and loved it. Beautiful. I actually went up to, and I don't know if he actually even remembered me that well, a manager at the City Lodge Hotel, and he's actually the general manager of the City Lodge at OR Tambo. And I have not seen him literally, say, 25 years. And when I got there the other day, I said to him, call Ian Lachlan for me. And he came out and I said to him, you know what? I was your assistant manager, your junior assistant manager in the town lodge in Nelspruit. But he made such an impact on my life that I have never forgotten that one manager. And sometimes people just make impacts in your life. Tell them is just another thing. Something Carl said, make a phone call, tell them. You know what? People don't ask. We are so busy overlooking we are overlooking what our heroes do for us, or what we can do for our heroes. We're so busy feeling guilty and beating ourselves up because they did it, that we overlook the fact that what we can do back is achievable. Yeah, tell them. You know, the acknowledgement sometimes in a workplace, just appreciating somebody sometimes means more than an increase. Now, Alison, I'm not talking about teachers like us now. We definitely appreciate an increase more. No, I'm kidding. But where's Cameron? Small things make a big difference. And I think we all too often, what's it? Cameron, I'm too nervous to phone you because I know you're busy. No, I won't answer if I'm busy. I really ask Buzzy. She phones, and then she realizes, didn't phone, and then she phones again. Then I do answer. If I'm busy, honestly, if I'm actually busy, I won't, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I just mean it. I won't get onto the call and be grumpy or be distracted. If I don't answer, I'm busy. So If you want to, sure. And I don't mean it badly. I don't want everyone to start phoning me all of a sudden. All I just meant is that you have so many people who, oh, it's so good to hear from you. Yes, it is. But you know that the phone actually works both ways. And I'm talking about people that I phone. And I don't phone them regularly. I phone like once every month, and then I left it to like once every 2 months, something like that. Or I'll drop a message. But yeah. I also can't get my mind around the time differences. Yeah, 12 o'clock at night. Yes, I haven't met Buzzy, Mel, S, and Cameron, but I definitely consider my friends. Yeah, it's amazing who you have as friends. It's, you know, we're so busy looking that we don't forget to look in front of us. Really, really important to watch where you take. It's like tripping over it. You're an awesome person too, Alison, and I consider you a good friend. There we go. You're an awesome person, Alison. Erica, hi from the Drakensberg. Snowman, you must be having snowball fights out there or something to that effect. Freezing cold. How's it, Erica? We're talking about euros. Everyone on the stream is now all awesome people. Yes, of course, we're awesome people. You are all awesome people out there. Great stuff. And as I said, don't look further than what you can do, and don't beat yourself up for what has been done for you. It is more important to be grateful for what you have received than to feel beaten up for what you received, because it doesn't make it very worth it for the people to have done it for you in the first place. Erica, let's take a look what we've got there. John Tungi, the founder of the Drakensberg Boys Choir, has been my hero all my life and still is. Yesterday, I was able to pay him back by reuniting him with some of the members in his first choir. That is beautiful. You see what I'm saying? It's everyday people that actually touch our lives, that make a difference in our lives, that are the heroes in our lives. And you know what? Don't beat yourself up about it. It's important that you have enough respect to be grateful for it and say, wow, thanks. I was important enough for that person to invest the time, give up the time, give up the luxury, give up anything or to actually think of me. You know what I can do? I can think of them. And then you get opportunities. Erica, beautiful opportunity there to reunite him. He must have been that must have been quite an emotional little reunion. So, rock stars, politicians, movie stars, people in the movies and TV shows, they just overpaid actors, that's all. They paid for their opinion. Trust me, if they don't give the right opinion, they won't get to act again. There's many people who've made the wrong statement in the lives of what's his name? Yeah, there we go. I'm sure it was very, very emotional. It must have been an absolute beautiful thing to do. And that makes you feel good and warm and fuzzy. So you know what? That's the other thing when you get to do something for somebody. You're allowed to feel good about it. You know what? You might not be taking a photo of it and announcing it all over the place. And if you do, so what? It's okay. You know what? All we're saying is don't look for credit. But I mean, if you end up at the newspaper and you're doing something good, or you're doing a fundraiser and you pop it onto Facebook and something like that, and you're having fun, sure. You know what? Don't castrate yourself for the fact of having a bit of fun and being good. But you're allowed to feel good about doing good, first of all, number one, because people, we've got to be humble. We can't feel good. It's we've done good now. It was nothing. No, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I felt good. It made me feel good. Yeah, actors are fake heroes. Yeah. Let me actually finish off here with stuff before I actually waffle on too long. But Anthony Robbins, and I liked him and everything like that until I actually watched a thing called I'm Not Your Guru. which actually sort of had him picking out the people that he wanted to help in his audiences. The shows would come up to them and say, this person, he'd go, no, just looking for attention. This one's got this, yeah, give this one, we'll work with that. So yeah, that dropped him a couple of numbers in my book. But what he did say is once that his son came, his little boy, his mom came around, and his little boy, and she brought him a whole lot of balloons. And of course, this thrilled him with these like tons and tons of strings and strings of balloons. And he was thrilled. The emotion, the feeling of receiving was phenomenal for him. I mean, this little kid was out of his skull. And he said, well, and then he said to his little son, well, how about we take these balloons and we go and give them to the people at the old age home? And so the first was like, and he said, you know what, I didn't want to push him, but I sort of made him realize that I would be more approving of that. He says, and then they went down, and he says, they went to the old age home, and he started handing out the balloons. The little boy started, and the old people were just giving him so much love and attention, and that it was even better for him than when he received it. So he suddenly found that giving gave him as much pleasure, if not more pleasure, than receiving. However, you're allowed to enjoy both, but the biggest problem in our lives is guilt, thrashing ourselves. We are all in circumstances. Where's Cameron's got something that said there? Rock stars are pushing the pandemic narrative. They had to. What else? Cameron, they are all deep state music muses, all owned except independent artists like Tom McDonald. I don't even know Tom McDonald. That's how independent he is. Exactly. But the thing is, we are so controlled by emotion, and it's not bad to have emotion. I mean, to be emotionless is to be dead. But we've got to understand that we're allowed to feel good. We are so afraid to feel good just in case the fall. You know what's it? Pride comes before the fall, and all of this type of stuff. And you know what? So and beating yourself up for somebody who's done something good and feeling bad. I used to feel terrible when somebody did something good for me, and I felt, oh, I've got to do something back for them. No, you don't. You just got to be grateful. You got to say thank you. You know, make that person realize that you appreciate it. And you don't have to, oh, well, you know what? You gave me this. I've got to give you that. No, you don't have to. You can't give someone $1 million, but you can give someone gratitude. Where we Allison's on a roll. Andre, number 3, Amanda Forrest, child at my school. Long ago had a cystic fibrosis. She came to school with her drip on wheels. Awesome inspiration. Absolutely. Absolutely. We had a teacher which they let go because she was getting too sick. And I am pleased to say that I saw her this weekend, and she is back at another school looking healthier and happier. And you know what she said? She says, I started taking care of me. She was sick. She had a heart problem. She was dragging this little oxygen bottle around from class to class with her. And it's like teachers like the schools like, you can't have that in front of the kids. The kids, you can't have a sick teacher in front of the, especially in pandemic times and all this type of stuff. And you know, and when she couldn't come to school, it's like, sorry, you know what? If you're not, you've got to finish. That's the saddest part about It's not like, you know what, you can't help coming to. It's you can't come to work anymore. You don't come to work anymore. That's it. And I saw her, and she has filled out, and she is happy, and she's working at another school again. And I said, wow, you know what? You look amazing. She said, you know, I started taking care of me. Not that she didn't, she was nasty to anybody else or so. So, you know, you're going to start taking care of you, but stop beating yourself up. must stop trying to figure out how you're going to buy a jet for the person who's done something to you, buy a car for the person who's been good to you, try and refund the whole life that your parents have given to you or are giving to you or will give to you, etc., and make them a damn cup of tea. And say thank you. We are so busy trying to compensate that we forget to appreciate. And that's all they want to know. They don't want the jet. They don't want the house. They don't want the car. They don't want the $1 million. They want to know that you're happy. When I speak to my mom, it's the biggest thing for her to know before she puts that phone down is, are you happy? That's all. I think most parents, most heroes in our lives, be it a parent, be it a person who's done something for you in life, who's inspired you, be it a teacher, be it a mentor, I think their intention was genuinely just to know that you were happy. Don't flog yourself about it. Make them a cup of tea. Ina, if you're listening, Rooibos, please. We brought back from South Africa. Just make me a cup of tea, please. Thank you. No, I'm kidding. How's that? Tom McDonald, there we go. Let's take a look. Tom McDonald's link. Thank you very much, Henda. Let's take a look and show Tom McDonald some love on YouTube. Do some subscriptions and go and take a look at that. So losing that teaching position actually was a good thing. You know what? Sometimes the worst things in our life, you brought another thing up there. Sometimes the worst things in our lives happen for a good reason. I'm still looking for a certain couple of reasons in my life at the moment. And somewhere along the line, I'm just having to be patient. But I think that is something that I would like Carl to deal with when we get him back on the show again. He's got a very, very nice subject that he wants to discuss, and it's called Embracing Your Failures. And yes, losing the teaching position, you couldn't get worse. You can't get sick, land up in hospital with a heart condition, and lose your job because you're there as well at the same time. And she looks like $1 million. She doesn't have $1 million to her name, but she looks like $1 million. I've never seen somebody glowing so happily in my life. I'm not saying that she's not without problems and without challenges, and obviously there's quite a bit of finance to sort out after being in hospital and things to that effect, etc. But she just smiled, and I said, "You look fantastic." She said, "You know what? Started looking after me." So then, you know what? That's important. So, yeah, it's a blessing in disguise. There's my wifey, my tea. Thank you. And yeah, it's a blessing. Sometimes blessings happen, and sometimes they take their own time. Well, that was quite. Yeah, this multimedia world of ours these days. You got virtual tea. Yeah, this flippin' virtual world is also driving me insane. But we've been online for 1 hour and 15 minutes, and I'm going to leave it there because I think we have all got to just bugger off, go away from your PCs, go away from your phones, go away from your YouTube, go and find somebody to make a cup of tea for, guys, and tell them you made it with love, you appreciate them, and thank you. That's it. Guys, take care, be good, and if you can't be good, at least be kind. Cheers.